Hello and welcome back to The Great Circle, an upcoming animal survival game set in a giant African caldera. I'm TJ, developer for this game, and I'm bringing you a live development stream. And it's been a little while. I have been hard at work working on this game. As always, if you don't see me, I am working on this game, and a lot of good things to report. Things are coming along. It seems to, just be one of those things with game development that I'm learning that, every time you think you get to the end of the road, or every time you think you're about to hit a deadline, well, there's just more and more and more stuff to do. And part of that is a good thing because it means more animals, more mechanics, more everything is being implemented. But I digress. We're going to go ahead and just get into it today. What we're doing is a little bit of gameplay testing and bug spotting for the upcoming release of version 1.6 test build, which is going to be a playable game for all you fine folks who are part of the Great Circle Discord. If you want to join the Great Circle Discord, just follow the link in our description for the video. If the link to the Discord doesn't work, just go through our website, thegreatcircle.weebly.com, which should also be in the description for the video. That will link you to all of our social media sites, including our Facebook, official YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, even, where we're doing really, really good. And you can actually hit the Discord button there too. So that one always works. For some reason, whenever we put the link in the description of a YouTube video, it'll work for 24 hours and it will stop working. And it's like not changing the link or anything. It's just whatever it does with the hyperlink, after a while, it breaks it for whatever reason. But the community is there, and if you want to try test builds of this game while it's in development, you can just go to the tab in our Discord called Demo Releases, and the game is free. You can play it on your computer. It is for Windows 64-bit architecture. We do recommend that you have, at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, although it should run on 4 technically. And a decent graphics card, something like a GT 1030 or better. That's like one of the lower end systems that I've been testing on, and you can get it to run pretty good if you turn your settings and stuff down. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. I want to say hello to everyone in the chat: X Dino, Macho Ren, Angel, Sporkia, and Angel again, Jason Watson. What's up, everyone? How's it going? I'm going to turn the chat reading thing on in a second, but let's go ahead and get into this. I'm a little bit out of practice, so I might be forgetting some of the intro stuff, but you'll forgive me. Let's go ahead and switch over. We're going to do this for about an hour. Let me see if I can read some of these chats before I switch over. So when will this game be available to the public? Well, actually, test build 1.5, which the secretary bird is the only playable animal in that, and there's only one section of the map playable. You can play that technically right now. Just go through our Discord, go to the demo releases tab, and you will see that version of the test build game available, and it's free. And we're trying to make it to Steam by fall this year. Now, those plans may be changing or being amended, and in that we may be going to the Epic Game Store as well, depending on certain things. I got to look into all that stuff, but it's not time to make those decisions yet. I'm just letting you know we're looking around, looking at options. There are benefits to going to Steam. There are benefits to going with the Epic Game Store. There are even benefits to doing our own launcher. I think probably the biggest benefits are going to be on going with one of the established stores. So I think that's what we'll be doing, but still very early. The only thing that really matters is how the game's developing, and it's coming up pretty good. Is there supposed to be a link to test out the game? Just want to know. Yes, actually, I'll go ahead and show you. Give me a second. I'm going to open Discord. I'll show you how to do it. Actually, and if you don't have our Discord, let me show you how to get to the Discord. All right, so let's say you are on your internet browser. The Great Circle dot, oops, why is my dot not working? Weebly dot not working again, .com. It's a subdomain, one of those build your free work website kind of stuff. And here's the official website for the game. General information about the game is here. Some planned feature info, a little demo video for the way the game is right now. And we also have links to other stuff like the blog, the animal list, photos, roadmap, Discord. That'd be what you want to click there. And a contact for those who want to get in contact. But Discord's probably the best place for that. You could actually hit this link here too, and the Discord, and it works. But you hit this. Now this is the same link that's in the description of our videos, but for whatever reason it breaks a lot. So sometimes I just send people to the website, and that link should everything else. I mean, if you look right here, you got YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Oh yeah, we do have Twitter, Instagram, and email too if you got business inquiries. But yeah, so let's say you're already there. You're in your Discord, and you go to the Great Circle. Now on the left side, if you go down to demo releases, see this here? You notice the ones that are kind of announcement channels are the ones with these bullhorns next to them. So you can actually follow those channels, and whenever new stuff comes up, you get a notification on your phone if you want push notifications. So you might want to know when I post something new to the roadmap, or when I post something as a dev, or just official announcements for the game, or when there's media coverage, like some content creators are making stuff for the game, or when there's a poll. Like one of the recent polls we did was, which is the cutest baby animal so far, where let's see who's winning. Baby leopard is still winning by like a landslide. But we have the race is heating up now that the fennec fox is coming into the picture. But yeah, that's how you do it. And so basically you just go to demo releases, and here's the link right here. Here's some basic info. You need about 2.5 gigabytes of space on your hard drive. So we're anywhere, we're between 2.5 to 3 gigs as far as the game size right now. 64 gigabyte required. It won't run in a 32-bit right now. Recommended dedicated graphics card, at least an NVIDIA 1030 or something similar or above. And yeah, pretty much it. And it's only for Windows right now, but we're working on a Mac, Linux, and eventually mobile build. And basically, you hit that link, it comes to the official Google Drive. Basically, we just have this here to put the thing in. It's easy to download. You just download the zip, you unzip it, you go into the folder, you hit the executable. Don't have to install it, don't have to do anything really. You may, if you have like antivirus or whatever, you may want to, if it thinks like it's foreign, you may just want to tell it it's okay. But this is only a game. You don't really need to be concerned about like if it's a virus or anything, because it's not. So if you run into trouble, that might be an issue. So make sure also just that you unzip it. So you download it as a zip file, you right click, you hit unzip it. That basically is like a compression method, and it unzips it. Now it's just on your computer as just a app. You can just run it, you don't have to install it. And that's all I got for you there. All right, let's close this. All right, so let's go ahead and get into development here. Make sure the team chat's going. So Sasa2 wants to know what creatures will be in the game on release. So actually a lot of animals. I don't actually know the total number, but we're talking north at 40 at least. All animals included in that. Now when we're talking about playables, we're looking at about 15, 16 animals playable in 1.6, which is going to be the next release. So In my little preview build here, I'm only showing 3, but the list is going to have 15. And I think I'm going to go ahead and play a new game as Leopard. Hope everyone's week has been going good. Man, I'm so happy the weekend is coming because I like to save all my gameplay stuff, all my video game playing on the weekend. So I'll be playing some Path of Titans, I'll be playing some The Isle, I'll be playing some Mech Warrior, maybe some Resident Evil, we'll see. But I like to have that to look forward to. And then, of course, as you know, all night, all week, it's develop the Great Circle. How's it going, Mont? All right, so basically, not really looking for much. I'm just looking for frame rate stability, 30 FPS and higher. Of course, the ideal for the game is going to be 60 FPS with a minimum of 30. And for this stream, I can tolerate mid-20s. Because the game hasn't been optimized yet, so I'm estimating if anything comes in at the low end in the 20s, I can definitely get that up beyond the 30s with optimization. And then of course, once the game is fully optimized, everyone should be running the game at 60 FPS at least. So we're in the brush region of the map here. There's 9 sections of the map. This is one. It's a nice big section. What you're listening to is some in-game music. It's already Saturday for you, William. I hear that. It says Discord link is expired. So if you're seeing if the Discord link is expired from the YouTube description, I don't know why that happens, but it happens a lot. Go to the one that's the official website. So the one that says thegreatcircle.weebly.com, click that, and then click the Discord link in there. YouTube's description breaks the Discord link for whatever reason, but it doesn't break any other link. So just go through the website, thegreatcircle.weebly.com. We'll get that shortened later, so it'll just be like thegreatcircle.com or whatever. Hang on, I don't hear any birds. I wasn't really listening either, but yeah, go through the website and the Discord should work. So first thing I'm gonna do is just get some water. There we go. I can hear the grasshoppers and stuff now. As you guys know, in any animal survival game, one of the most important factors is staying hydrated, and water sources don't move traditionally. In this game, they will move. Water sources will both dry up and collect due to weather and changes in climate. So sometimes you won't have enough water, so you'll have to go to different parts of the map and try to find water. Other times you will have too much water when the flooding system is done. That'll be one of the natural disasters, one of several natural disasters featured in the game. Right now we're below performance in FPS, but honestly the part of the game that smooths it over so that it tries to make it harder for people to notice that the frame rate is dropped is looking pretty decent right now. It's doing its job. So you would probably be shocked to know what actually the FPS is right now, but for it to be this low, it is actually looking very, very good. So you can imagine once I'm done fixing whatever is causing the frame rate drop, it's going to look super smooth. Let's see here. And this is one of the more intensive parts of the map, so it only gets better from here. So I'm going to just grab some water real quick. Could probably use some steeper things right here because it's really hard to see that I'm actually in water. But yeah, I'm actually touching the water. Yep. And water is one of those things that needs some work because as you can see, when I'm in the swimming animation, I go straight to the bottom instead of floating, but we'll get that sorted. So if you're watching this is a game in development. It's not done. It is an upcoming animal survival game. So what you're seeing is some development, bug testing, stuff you get to see before the actual game comes out, which you don't normally see. But since I'm not a AAA developer, this is actually considered content. So seeing some of the development stuff is just part of what indie game developers do. Let's see. All right, so I want some food. If you look down on the right-hand side of the screen, bottom right corner, those are the stats, basic stats that you keep up with. Stats are things that change dynamically depending on how well you're raising your animals. So I've got stamina down there, I've got HP, I've got health, I've got hunger, I've got thirst, I've got digestion too. So the first thing I'm going to do is take care of my digestion. That's just your stomach. I have nothing in it, so every second that goes by, I'm getting hungrier and hungrier. Once I have something in my stomach, I will stop getting hungry because my food will replenish from my stomach. Basically, you'll see what happens in a second. Let me find something to eat first. Actually, I should head northeast. Alright, so one of the features of the game is natural ambiance, and that basically is just a simple concept. It means that everything you hear is an actual animal in the game or another player. So when I hear a bird, I can actually, if I go in the direction of the sound, I will actually find the bird, either on the ground or flying up in the air or something like that. And what I'm actually looking for are grasshoppers, since I'm actually a baby. So if you look at the bottom of the stats window down there, the last thing that you see is called growth, and that means that basically my animal is going to get bigger over time. Now this will be influenced both by time and by how you play, so depending on if you are more active, if you get well fed, you'll grow faster. So that's something that really depends on how each person is playing the game. So in other words, nobody's going to grow at exactly the same speed unless they do everything exactly the same. Unless they sleep the same amount of time, drink the same amount of water, unless their nutritional value is the same, nobody's going to have the exact same growth time. I will provide eventually a window that kind of counts how long you are basically in each phase of your animal's life. So it's like as you're growing, you'll kind of know this is like my 4th day, or I've put like a certain amount of hours into growing this animal or whatever. And you'll also be able to see things like distance traveled, so you'll kind of know what you've done with your animal. Now let me make sure the thing is still okay. Yeah, we're still streaming. Alright, so I'm just going to head northeast. So you can't actually see it, but actually underneath the top right, if you look in the top right side of the screen, there is a mini map. It's just underneath the great circle kind of blank logo there. So you'll actually be able to see a mini map of the game. It is fully working. I'm working on improving it. Like you should be able to see the entire map when I press the M button, but it doesn't work yet. But you'll be able to see a mini map and, later on like a big map. Look at those dragonflies. Alright, so now I'm going to move to a better performing part of the map. Actually, I need food first. Let me see if I can figure out which direction the food's coming from. Alright, to my left. Oh. What is that? Alright. So you hear that? You hear those bugs? You can actually go to those sounds and find bugs. So I'm going to try to find a bug. Bird 2. Could be a little hard to spot with the grass, though. Wait, something right over here. See this? That one's a bird. Here's a bird right there. Should I eat it? I'm gonna kill it. Dead bird. Now they were flying away, but they were getting away too fast, and you never actually saw what was making a sound. So I made it so that they don't really react, but I'm going to make it so that they... Oh no! I gotta fix that too. I just knocked his body into oblivion. There goes my food. Oh snap. What just happened? Are we frozen? Crap. We're frozen. There's no blood in the game yet, but I'm working on blood. There are two components. There is the damage blood, so you kind of like the splatter. The freaking game crashed. I need to get the log for that, and I'm gonna restart it in a second. So there is a blood splatter component, and as well as a wearing the damage kind of thing. So after you've been in a fight or whatever, you're scarred up, you're bloodied. And also there's a third component, which is using blood to scent. So once scent is working, blood will be one of the things that you can kind of smell to track predators or to find out like the health of an animal, because you'll be able to tell things about an animal's health by the blood, whether it's healthy, whether it's sick, that kind of stuff. And I'll kind of code that into like the sort of tint of the blood. So, you know, you'll know a healthy wounded animal from a sick wounded animal. For all you realism folks out there. God dang it. My log's right on the screen. Alright, so I'm rebooting the game. Sorry about the crash. I had a couple of them today. I don't know why. They're new. This is one of the things that's been pushing back 1.6. Like, every time I fix something, like, somehow some things will just find a way to come back later on, and it's just part of the whole process of making a game. This is how programming works. All it takes is one thing to go wrong that could possibly like break the game. We'll get it. We'll figure it out. But weren't doing too bad in the beginning there. If you can imagine, even that a few days ago was not working correctly. Like, I couldn't see the birds, and it took a while to figure out, oh, the thing that I was doing to kind of decide how grown an animal was setting them all at 0. So they were walking around the size of ants, and I didn't realize it, and they were actually in the game just the size of ants. Funny how those kinds of things happen. Uh-oh. Did we crash the OBS too? Or are we still live? We're still live. Okay. I'm going to put the thing on real quick. That shouldn't be playing. Well, I guess I can have it here. I'll answer questions while we wait for the thing to relaunch. But this is just some sample gameplay. That's the puff adder snake there. Whoever said, I'm interested to see how we'll do the snake stuff, because every other game is like, nope, with snakes. I don't see any issues with snakes at all. I mean, the only issue I see is I want to put so many different kinds of snakes in, you know, and I got to make them different somehow. Like, they all can't play the same. Something's got to be the speedy boy. That's going to be our black mamba. Something's got to have really strong venom. Something's got to have better defense. All I see is the time issue. But, yeah, snake gameplay is going to be pretty fun. Oh, let's see. Let me pull the other question up so I can see it. 1 second. Angel Gomez wants to know, what will the combat be like? It'll be very rudimentary in the very beginning. So in other words, every animal will have a basic primary attack and probably a secondary attack. But it'll be some time before we have like really unique abilities, like some animals with the ability to climb, some animals with the ability to dig. Like right now, meerkats can dig for grubs, certain babies can dig for grubs, but not all. So there will be some abilities that some groups of animals share based on the size that they are or the type of animal that they are. But as far as combat, like certain special abilities, like certain things that honey badgers are able to do, It'll be a little bit of time before we get into there, but it'll be very basic in the beginning. Run up to something, click, attack it. You know. Stats will come into play. So with combat, like I was saying, nobody will have the same growth time because growth is affected by so many different things, and everyone's going to play it differently. Combat's going to be a little bit different because you may be fighting another lion as a lion, and that other lion may have better strength stats than you, but maybe you have better speed. So, certain patterns of attack that work better for speed may work out for you. You may be a creature that does better with ambushing, like a puff adder. Bite your prey, wait for your venom to do its work. So there is going to be a variety of ways to engage in combat. I just think that when I think of like how the game will look in its finality, like way down the road and stuff, I think we've got a long way to go. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting back up. Thing is taking a while to load. Just cutting into the development time too. Don't look too closely there. That is a snake with broken IK that's not functional yet. But yeah. Can you show the lion? Can't show it yet. I've got a lot of work to do with the lion still. And the lion is one of those creatures where it's like, you're not done until you're done 3 times because you got to do the female, the male, you got to do the cubs. It's a package deal with the lion. And, other animals are package deals too because we're doing adult and cub or adult and baby versions of everything. But it's like you can do just 2 with like leopards, but with lions, it's like a group thing. Like the females look different. They're sexually dimorphic. But eventually. And the lion is actually going to be one of those creatures where we're going to introduce it, but it's going to change. It's one of those popular animals that I have something in my head that I really want, and I won't be satisfied until I get it. So I do have a lion right now that is functional, but it's not what I want. So I'm not really in a hurry to show it, but we'll get a working lion relatively soon. But what I really want is not that far off. It's not that far away. I can kind of see a path to getting there, but it's the other animals are going to make progress faster. But definitely we got to get the lion. It's a very, very popular animal, and lions are one of those things where it's like, you can't do an African animal game without having the lions, right? But then it's like it's so popular that it's like I could put this lion, I could do so many things right in this game, right? But if my lion sucks, a lot of people will talk about the lion because the lion is just so popular. You know what I mean? It's almost like a liability until it's done right. So I had some insecurities and concerns about showing the lion because it's like some people, it's not really a personal thing, but people will judge your game based on a single character in your game, if that single character is really, really popular, which the lion is really popular. Imagine, think of the Isle, or think of any dino game that tries to do a T-Rex, right? You can basically judge the entire game based off of how well they do the T-Rex, because the T-Rex is so popular. Not everyone's like that, but a lot of people are. Alright, I think we're back up now. Let me switch to level. Okay, we're just about ready. Where's the viewport? Alright, here we go. Here we go. I'll open those windows back up. Can you show it just to see how it looks? Or let me see. Can you show how it looks just to see the progress? If you can't, no worries. Can't right now. Can't right now. It's one of those things where it's either finished or it's not. Okay, here we go. Oh no. Okay. I'm starting to worry for a second there. Let me check something out real quick. Okay, we're good. I know this looks slow, but the loading time is way faster than it used to be. Alright. I do want to fix this though. I don't want to be showing this until the world is completely loaded and ready. So actually, this is good to show the scope. This is how big the world is right now. There are 9 sections. I'm gonna load into one of 9. That section that you see off in the distance there is one of the 9. That's called the canyons, the North Canyons. Next to it is the North West Mountain region. And I'm in the western brush right now. So what I'll do right now is I'll grab a grasshopper first this time. Oh, wait, there's a carcass over here. So I'll grab a scorpion. Scorpions are usually by the carcasses. So this is one of those freebies in games where it's like you get free stuff. So that there is a dead animal just there for carnivores to eat. They randomly appear throughout the world. There are not a lot of them, but you can find them if you know what to look for. You know what you look for? I can't see it, but there's a vulture. A vulture is going to be around here really soon. Also, right now it's kind of bugged because the dig mound, you see that hill right there? That's going to be a termite mound and a grub thing. So meerkats can go to it and dig. But it's bugged, so it's spawned right on top of this carcass here. There we go. I hear the vulture now. They have some of the most interesting cries. I'll zero in on it soon. I'm trying to find, where is the scorpion? Thing isn't even on the ground right now. I don't see the scorpion. And there's a tiny bug that's not letting me eat from the body right now, so I'm not gonna. I just knew there would be a scorpion nearby, which I don't see it though. Alright, so I'll try to grab a grasshopper instead. You can kind of hear them clicking their wings if you listen. You hear that? That's a rabbit. There it is. It's right there. They are freaking fast, though. I can't even catch it as a baby. Oh, is that a... I'll eat the crow. So, actually crows and vultures. And the reason this crow is so huge is because I'm a tiny baby. Are you kidding me? I can't eat this crow? Oh, it's got the same bug as the other thing that I killed. Alright, I gotta fix that too. Alright, you will be able to eat the birds if you can catch them in the... Oh, Jesus Christ. I think the crash might be caused by the birds. Because the last time that I killed a bird, this happened, right? So... That's annoying. It's embarrassing, but it is what it is. So next time I have to load into the test room. I'm not going to be able to do all that loading for the map just to have this possibly happen again. So I'm going to have to go to the test room in a second. But we had a crash. Second crash. That sucks. Alright, so I'm going to put this here. Put this video on, and let me reload the engine again. Birds are evil. But you know what the good thing is about birds, though? So everything in the world that I'm making is connected. Like, one of the principles that I'm really passionate about is making sure that everything... It's like the big circle of life, right? Everything is connected. Like, you're not just thirsty. Your thirst goes faster if you don't have food. You're not just starving, but your starving is worse if you're thirsty. Like, everything affects everything. You're not just anything. It's like your lack of sleep affects everything else that you do. You know, your strength is affected by how fatigued you are. Like, all of it's connected. So, like, when you see bodies in the world, what will happen is the vultures will be drawn to them. You can use vultures if you can't catch food. Like, you saw how that rabbit was way faster than me. I have no chance of catching it. Well, I'm too slow to catch a rabbit, but if I look up in the sky and I see vultures gathering over something, that I can go in that direction thinking, oh, there might be a body there. So there'll be a lot of ways to use your head, and everything will mean something. So it won't just be like random birds just flying in a circle. They're going to be flying there for some reason, and if you use that information wisely, you can use it to survive. And what you're seeing right now is just kind of test footage. That's the gameplay as a giraffe there. Giraffe is one of my favorites. I'm not sure if it's my favorite. Actually, giraffe might be my favorite. I might love the giraffe right now. Giraffe is awesome. It's a good grow. Like, it's not a bad grow at all. Like, start to finish as a juvie is fun. And then when you get to adult, you're just a badass. You can go around kicking stuff. That's secretary bird. Waiting for this game to reopen. And this is older footage. This is like from some months ago. So everything has kind of progressed beyond this point. When will this game be available to the public? It's available right now to the public in one form. So you can actually play test build 1.5 through the Discord. And what's coming, what I was working on just now, is 1.6. So that's the difference. The biggest difference between 1.5 and 1.6 is, so in 1.5, which you can access now through our Discord, you can play a secretary bird. There's just one playable animal, the secretary bird, and you can play in one part of the big map. That's the brush region. So it's one of 9 big regions on the map that you can play in. And the AI is smarter right now, so it's not very smart in the current build that you have access to, but you know, it kind of just give you an idea of what we're making, you know, what you're going to be playing eventually, and it's completely single player. This coming version, I think, I'm not sure if I will have it done, but we'll have some version of multiplayer with private server access. So you basically, there's going to be like a list of other people with their own servers up, and it'll be small servers, and you can join those. And I'm not sure about saving progress, but basically you'll be able to actually go on and play with your friends, similar to how you play with the Isle, just not with as many people. Those are dedicated servers. This will just be kind of peer-to-peer. Like when you are playing the game, you can have your own. You can have your game is basically acting as a server for other people, or other people can play the game and their game is acting as a server for you or whoever else. But hopefully that will be done in 1.62. I got it working in a way, but it needs work. And obviously the goal is dedicated servers with you know, at least 200 people or more. I think that, you know, the size of the map and everything that we're building is also with the variety of animals and stuff. I think 300 makes a lot of sense, but you know, a lot of this is going to depend on how well the game is optimized, as well as the changes that are forthcoming in the game engine that we're using to build the game. We're 92% done loading. Otter's fun. That's definitely going to be fun. Jesus, what's happening? Yeah. This is some early footage with, this is when I was just getting into the water, getting that swimming stuff working. Still have a long way to go with swimming mechanics. Some of the animals just move differently in the water. Like otters just don't move like hippos and stuff, or crocs. But it's very interesting and fun too. Just another dimension of the gameplay. All right, game's back up. Let me just make sure we're loading into the test room now. Still have 140 shaders loading. Okay, we're nearly there. Are you still looking to get the CGI looking lion? I'm looking to get a really good looking lion. That's one animal I'm extremely not worried about, but very what's the word? I want to do really good with the lion. It's like probably going to be the most popular animal in the game once it's done. I think people will be pleasantly surprised with playing animals like the giraffe and the puff adder. Like the animals just play differently, which is, it feels like they're playing differently when you play them. One of the reasons is speed, but the other reason is just, I don't know, this perspective is different when you're looking down on things and you're walking around 20 something feet tall. But it's like the lion is a very important character because it's popular. There's a lot of stuff that comes with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to make it the mascot of the game, but a lot of people will look to the lion to be, something to really measure the game by. But I want it to look as good as anything that anyone's ever seen. So we'll see. I think we get there. Okay, here we go. Windows are back open. Let me just make sure we switch the level to load to our test room. Oh, elephant is kind of fun too. I didn't think elephant would be so fun, but it is. Just feels different, like when it walks. Let's see here. Game instance. There we go. All right, let's go back to our screen here. Move this out the way. All right, is our testing room A. All right, give me 1 second. Let me just move around in here and make sure things are working. B1. And let's put this music back on. So I'm going to be adjusting some things in the testing room here. We won't be able to go back to the game worlds because I've got something to fix that's causing it to crash. What I can test in here is just make sure things are running smoothly with the number of AI that are on the screen. So I have a test human there. That's a white stork. Oh, let me put the chat back on the screen. This thing works whenever it wants to work these days. Should check out Wolf Quest to get an example of the hyena. They have hyenas in Wolf Quest? It's a super realistic wolf game simulator. It looks okay. I don't think it looks that great. I heard it's been out for a really long time. I do like that their mechanics look really smooth though, from what I've seen. Their AI mechanics and stuff. But I didn't see that and think like the textures were especially great. But it's nice for what it is. Alright, so first let's test the grasshopper thing. So as a baby, I can't hunt big prey, but I can hunt tiny prey. That took a lot of hits, but we got it. Now I take its body. I run to a bush. And I feast. And I'm full, because I'm baby. But I can take the food with me. Uh-oh. That broke. Oh, wait, I just ate it up. That's good. That's working at least. There's a new version of it? I would like to see that. It's been out for so long. I thought it would look a little better, but it seems like, you know, they just kind of check in on it. Or from what I could tell, it seems like they were just doing periodic updates every now and then. Alright, the bushes are good. So you see these bushes? They're actually edible. And what I've done is some of the AI creatures will eat up the bushes. So if you're a animal like a giraffe, I'm gonna play giraffe real quick. You kind of have to compete with the AI and get to the bushes before they do, because they will eat it up, even the smaller ones. So here's a baby giraffe. Mind you, it's a full baby giraffe. So this is as big as they get. In a second, the bushes are going to spawn in. Oh, I switched it. Hang on. I grew to adult too quickly. Oh my god. Did I crash this game again? I have a bug. I don't know where it is, but I have a new bug. That's crazy. That's a serious bug. Alright, so this is another reason why things get pushed back, because bugs just come out of nowhere. Serious ones. Like, some bugs just mess the game up a little bit, you know what I mean? Scent doesn't work, you know, you eat something, your hunger doesn't fill. Other bugs crash the entire game. We call those red bugs, red codes. And, you know, I thought I got rid of all of mine. I haven't crashed a game in, like, weeks, but... So some kind of recent change that I did is running into something, so I'll have to figure that out. But good thing I'm getting it out now. So I'm reloading it one more time. I think we'll only have a little more time left to look at stuff before I have to finish the stream here. Let me see if there's any other videos. Oh, here's playing as the adult, which looks smoother now, by the way. The adult leopard turns better. God, that's so annoying that the game crashed 3 times. I don't think that's ever happened before, where it crashed 3 times on a stream. I don't know if it's ever crashed on... Oh, it's definitely crashed on a stream. What am I saying? I used to stream a lot more often. But the goal is simply to get rid of that bug. I have to find it. I don't know what it is the crazy thing. I usually have an idea. I have no idea what is causing that. I thought it was the birds, but there were no birds in the simulation room just now. I was eating maybe it's related to eating. Because I tried to eat the two birds, and then I was eating the grasshopper. But that seems ridiculous, though. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta get the log for that section. But when things do go well, this is kind of how it's gonna be. That deer is not just going to stand there when it gets attacked. It's gonna run or fight back. And that bush that it walked by, I think that one is one of our edible ones now, so it's going to go and eat the bush. The important thing about being a Herbie player in the game is, yeah, you do have to compete with not just other players, but the AI, and the AI will be really fast to get to the bushes, and even something like a rabbit in the beginning is going to be able to like munch them down really, really fast. So it gives you a challenge, and, you know, it's just part of the great circle of life. Like, you got to compete for food. This is kind of what herding's going to look like. See all these wildebeest in one area? This is before I really ramped up the like, they run, but they're like, now they'll see you coming and they'll start running earlier. And you won't have unlimited stam like I did in that video. So you're going to have to plan your attack and hide in the grass. The grass is, see why he's not, the reason they're not moving, actually, now remember, is because whenever you're in the grass, it's going to be really hard for them to see you. But if you attack out in the open, they should be able to react faster. In that video, I was only focused on the grass, so they were just kind of standing there. But when they took a damage is when he started running. Now, they can hear you, they'll see you if you come out in the open, and of course if they take damage they're going to react. But wildebeest are actually going to be kind of tough to deal with, if you're a leopard at least. Spike their damage up a bit. Okay, let's get back into this. Action jump uses invalid Oculus key. What? Action mapping invalid. Maybe I did cause this bug. Okay. Alright, let's get back to the dangerous work of programming this game. I'm going to switch our view back. Alright, now I'm just waiting for some shaders to compile, and then I'll switch back over to the development window. Finally, done. Alright, let's get back over to the test room. Will it be birth? Absolutely. That's going to be a huge part of the game. Birthing, nesting, grouping, all that's going to be a kind of a stage of gameplay. Like in the beginning, like one of the taglines I guess for the game is survival is only the beginning. I consider the survival stage to be the stage where you're born, or when you first start out and you're growing your animal to adulthood. That's what I consider survival, because you're learning to survive, not get killed, you know, how to take care of yourself. But then once you become an adult, you start to branch out and explore more and migrate, and you're looking for mates. And one of the things that you do as an adult is you find a mate, you create children, and you start your own family, you start your own group, and then you kind of do the whole survival phase again, but you do it taking care of animals like that are part of your family group. So yeah, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be big, and you know, you're gonna have different kinds of births. You got your live birth, you know, for mammals, and then you also have, you know, birds will hatch their chicks from eggs, and you have other kinds of, well, those are the only two I know off the top of my head, but I guess we'll be looking at other forms of birth too. And I actually figured out a way to do live births that looks pretty good. All right, let me see here. Second, let me. I wanted to show the giraffe baby eating something last time. Okay. Now he doesn't really float. It's just the gameplay starts like this because I'm assuming the level hasn't loaded yet, so it actually takes 30 seconds to drop to the ground. But I was going to eat this grass here as an example. Oh yeah, that's what happened. I needed to fix the adult thing. But growth is going to be like when you hit adult, you just switch to the new animal. And eventually it's going to be completely seamless. Like, it will just happen very, very slowly, and you will barely even notice. But you'll start to get bigger, and your features will start to change. Oh my god, I crashed it again. It might be related to the growth system. I don't know about that. I gotta look at the log. I think I crashed it again. Everything's frozen. We'll eat, be cut. Hang on, I have to get this off the screen. This is embarrassing. Sorry about that. Bad showing, folks. So Angel wants to know, will eating be a cut the black, or were you physically show animation of animal going through labor? Oh yeah, birth. So as far as birth, I'm not 100% clear on what the visuals will be totally. I know that, like, for example, the way that I'm thinking about the giraffe, you're gonna see the giraffe. What the heck? Oh, it's a moth in my room. You're gonna see the giraffe. This thing has a nose. You're gonna see the giraffe just kind of drop the baby out from behind. So I haven't thought of anything to censor yet, but I guess I'll think about that more once I'm really working on it. Like, what I've been working on is like the physics of seeing the body just slide out, covered in viscera and stuff, and you just hit the ground and just kind of take some shaky steps. I figured out a way to do that part, but I didn't think about the censoring part yet. Haven't thought about that yet. But I'd like to show it. I'd like to show it. I mean, it is nature. But we'll see. You know, we'll see how much of that requires like certain animation work and stuff to be done. I'm thinking of going with a non-animation work first. In other words, you'll kind of see, well, technically the animal will like spawn behind it small and then kind of drop to the ground, that kind of thing. And obviously I'm going to have to pick out the right animations for each animal to kind of be in the right position to give a birth. But I'm not thinking about censoring anything yet. And ideally, I think that it probably should not be censored. But just like players being able to turn blood on and off, maybe that should be a feature that you can turn on and off if you don't want. Like for kids and stuff playing the game, they don't want to see the live birth too much detail. Just censor it so that maybe the screen goes black for that part. That shouldn't be hard to do. Yeah, the game is completely froze. We're not gonna have time to do anything else. Okay, actually we're at the end of the stream now. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry, the freaking game crashed 4 times today. But things had been going really well. Aside from that, you know, I was getting the performance that I wanted to see out of important areas in the map where I was expecting to have really some issues. Like brush was not doing too bad. It's one of the ones I'm starting to work on more now, but the areas that I was worried about were canyon and the central grasslands. Those have been doing really well, and I wanted to get to that, but I couldn't show it today. So overall things are looking really good. I think this month is the month that 1.6 will be out for you guys, so you guys can play it. And from there, I think we'll take a next big step for the game. More to come soon. But thanks so much for tuning in, folks. You guys know if you missed the stream, you can always ask questions in the form of comments after the video's already showed. So I'll come back later and answer your comments directly below the video. Follow the Great Circle on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. We're everywhere. Just type in The Great Circle Game, and we should come up. Definitely follow our YouTube, though. That's kind of where I want to focus on putting more of these streams and stuff, so I may not show it everywhere like Suka King and all that stuff, but I'll show it on the official game site. 1 second. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. Sorry, I need to pull up a note, just make sure I didn't forget anything, which I probably am forgetting it. The note's frozen too. The game froze everything. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in, folks. We'll probably be streaming again next Friday for the Great Circle. As far as the Suka King stuff, I think we'll be playing video games all weekend, just taking a little bit of break from the development stuff. I got work to do, obviously. You guys saw the game crashed 4 times, which I never want to show on stream, but it happened, and I'm gonna fix it. Thanks so much, folks. If you have any other questions, just ask them in the form of comments below the video. Don't forget to join our Discord. If the Discord link does not work from the YouTube description, just go to the official website, which is in the description. That always works. The Discord link breaks every time for some reason, but if you go to our official website, thegreatcircle.weebly.com, in the description, it has a link to the Discord at the top of the page, and if you scroll down too. So that link always works from our website. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and see ya.